Call Simon Templar what you will, but never cross the saint. Find out why to your peril at 7:30 p.m. tonight. But first, it's the Thames Men.
How you doing?
Yeah, not so bad. How are you? I'm going to turn off this noise, this noisy fan thing here. There you go. So professional.
Why? So the little bit where we have that little warm up beforehand,
Oh, yeah.
we go, "Hey, is everything switched
Oh,
off? Everything ready?
Yeah.
All the yeah."
Yeah.
So no,
No,
is the
no,
answer.
absolutely not. It's just like,
No.
but the countdown happening, and all I hear in my headphones is you just drinking away. I got machines over there, and then it's like, ta-da!
Is it cold over there?
It's always cold in San Francisco, isn't it?
Of course. Oh well, just while we say that, I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles.
I'm cold, and I'm in San Francisco, and I'm Alex. And welcome to the Gentleman, the high reaction, low entertainment, low reaction channel.
That made no sense.
No, it makes no sense.
We make no sense, honestly.
When are we going to get an award?
I wish we would. Why did those other people get like those YouTube? Like we had the one that you made. When did YouTube get honor us with a little plaque or something?
I watched some of the other reaction channels, and I really don't think they're into their music. They keep stopping and starting everything, and then I think and they all
don't
have
talk
awards.
much either, do they?
They all have awards. We should get. I tell you what, we should have. We should have an award by YouTube for those who try hardest but don't win anything.
That's a very woke award. It's like you came in second to get a prize.
That was
Is that what we're saying?
That was the Churchill Cup at the Oratory.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was
the ones who tried the hardest
and didn't win anything.
Okay, good. It's like buying a library for a school but cheaper. Is that what it is, really?
No. Why is it like that?
Well, because people do that, isn't that? They want their little Jimmy to get into a school, so they go, "Oh yeah, but little Jimmy doesn't have the exams," and they go, "Well, we'll buy a library. Well, you need a new wing on your school. Oh yes, little Jimmy suddenly got in. So the equivalent is like your cup."
I tried that literally 2 weeks ago up where we're moving to, and so we're trying to get into the new school, and it's very hard to get into. And I was speaking to the lady who lets students in. I'm not going to say who it is, just in case.
Exactly.
We're never getting in. Anyway, we're talking about admissions and how there is, and it's a lottery. And I said, look, I'd love to make a donation, maybe if you needed a new car park or anything. And right, and she laughed, and she went, ha ha, like that. She goes, that's good to know. And then she suddenly looked up and went, but it won't help your son get in, right? So then my retort was, well, such a car park then. So I don't know. I'm blowing it for my kids.
I think you try. I think you might.
I tried to pass it off as a joke. I tried to pass it off as a joke, but really, I was trying to buy my way in.
Were you trying to you're handing her your passport with a $50 bill in it, going, "There's nothing to see here, officer. Nothing to see here."
If you take one look at my son and his academic grades, he needs a car park to get anywhere.
He needs a
really
car
does.
park. I was in Mexico City some couple of years ago, and I was with one of our partners down there, and he got followed into. I was getting picked up at the hotel. He got followed in by the police. And the policeman takes one look and sort of sees that I'm I'm from the United States. I'm, and he goes, "Oh yeah, your license plate's out," And my colleague who's from Mexico, he goes, "Do you know, bastards, normally $20 gets me out of this, but because you're in the car, $300."
No.
And he goes, "You got any cash?" And I'm like, "Oh god damn it!" So,
that is absolutely fantastic. Well, the other half, they all come from Greece, and the world works on the backhand. So it really does. I mean, I'm not saying who or what or whatever, but apparently a slip dock arrived. A new slipping dock for boats arrived, and you're not allowed to build anything. So the family member was suddenly hauled up you know, and it's just like, where did this slip knot came from, you know? And he got us anyway, and you know, a couple of carrier bags or whatever, and the whole village came out saying it's an old family heirloom. It's been there since like the 12th century and whatever. Everything works that way.
Well, you know, it's but they have a peaceful life, so that's all good. So,
anyway, we're not talking. We're not here to talk about the failed bribery attempt of my child at his education. We're here to talk about Metallica.
Oh yeah, a Bay Area band.
They've been buying up all the land around here.
Have they? Do you think you can sell them your house?
They've been. No, I think it's an investment portfolio. They've been buying swathes of land and stuff.
Really? Oh, well, it's not. It is. You can't build more land, as they say. You know. So.
Oh, I don't suppose you can.
Well, unless you're into like reclamation
or into Minecraft,
then you can build more land.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not real
block
land,
at a time.
One very square
exactly,
block at a time. I never got Minecraft.
Anyway. Apparently, they got a new single out.
They have, and the new single. Not only is it a new single, they already have a live video of it, recorded in Los Angeles.
Well, there you go. We're bridging SF and Los Angeles, so you can.
And it would definitely be blocked because it's Metallica.
Yeah, Lars. Do you remember when Lars took on Napster?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Didn't do the band.
Where's Napster now?
They're still going. They're a friend of mine.
Really?
A friend of mine is moved over, and he was at Roblox, and now he's at Napster, and he's going on the Web3 project. I actually might even think he might even be their new CEO.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, so what does Napster do now?
Well, if you're moving on to Web3, it's going to be absolutely nowhere.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I work for a company that does all the Web3 stuff. I know what Web3 does, and yeah,
dude, we're a reaction channel, dude.
And at the moment they're minting. Right, the company are minting, and I'm there, and I'm just I shouldn't be saying this. I haven't got a clue.
Really? What is this, a confessional tonight?
No, but I'm just thinking.
Did you take a truth serum or something?
Anyone from work is watching. You know what I mean? It's just.
Or any of your family.
Exactly. Let's move on to Metallica. So what's the track called?
It's called Lux Aeterna, but it's got that kind of AE kind of thing that Elon Musk named his kid. You know, that weird, is it Greek letter? Aeterna? You know, it's like an A with an E embedded in it, you know. Good luck with him, like, getting that to work in the titling.
You need a car park.
I do need a car.
Let's do this. Let's watch Metallica, because I love Metallica, and I tell you what, it's we haven't done odds and sods for a week. We've just done finished an amazing week on Australia on the Sunbury Music Festival, and that's coming. And so I'm looking forward to getting something a bit harder, a bit more modern.
Yeah, so this was filmed during the All Within My Hands concert and auction at Microsoft Theatre in Los Angeles on the 16th of December 2022. So very recent.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Perfect. That's amazing.
There's a lot to talk about there. There's a lot to talk about. Starting with, they haven't lost it. They haven't lost it.
No.
With their age, they haven't lost it.
They are a well-polished machine. You know, that Metallica sound is so iconic. And the way that they can just pull it off every time, you know, that you know, as soon as the drumming starts, as soon as the guitar part starts, you go Metallica. You know, they've just got it dialed in to something else, to another degree.
Yeah, but it's a young man's game, and they've shown that you can take it and carry it on, right? Where a lot of bands, today Eddie Van Halen's birthday, if he were alive. You know, but the band.
When he was playing for a long time.
I know, but the bands Burnt Brightly and Hard have died, but they have matured and they've carried on, and they seem to be a completely well balanced band now.
They are a machine. They really are. You know, they like you say, they're buying up property. They have their studio. They do their thing. They're like a well-oiled, like they've got past the sort of teenage years of when they're going to blow themselves up.
And that's very well said. They're a well-oiled machine, and that takes me to, first of all, I thought when I saw those people sitting on the seats at the front, and I looked at them, and they're sitting there and they're watching their phones, and they've got luxurious, benches and whatever. And I just thought, oh my God, everything that rock and roll isn't, right, is there encapsulated. And then I thought to myself, no, wait a minute, this band are matured. They are a well-oiled machine. And I just thought, that's absolute class. That in a way that they are matured enough that they don't have to do grimy sweat clubs. They know what they're doing. They're making cash. They're printing it out.
Yeah.
And if they're going to do those front row seats, then people are going to buy them. And they've matured, and it's basically a blueprint for bands and how to carry on as you get older and older and older.
I think that might maybe like that one was like some sort of for charity concert. So that therefore it's a kind of different vibe, I think, in some regards. But I reckon they'll still be playing a festival, and you'll still have a mosh pit, and you'll still have people going fucking bananas.
Yeah.
But I think the really encouraging thing is that that's their new single, or one of their new songs, and it's strong as.
What did it remind you of? I'll tell you what it reminded me of, especially the end.
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about that.
The drum.
Oh, Motorhead Overkill. Yeah,
especially the end, and the. I know Lars is a massive Lemmy fan. And loves Overkill, and he was doing
Overkill is we should do Overkill.
We should
again,
definitely do Overkill.
Overkill is fantastic.
God, Overkill is, and at the end, the drumming at the end, and the way they came back in was Overkill for me. Oh, I love Overkill. I love early Motorhead.
We did some Motorhead. Which tracks did we do for Motorhead?
We did Overkill.
We did Overkill.
We did Overkill.
Can we do it again?
Yeah, I would do it again. I'd say. You just can't beat
that. The way in Overkill, and
exactly. Fast Eddie on the drums. It's just like.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about it.
But I think that was homage.
Homage.
It was homage. That sounds
fromage.
Well, I was going to say that sounds like a French sandwich. Homage, or a French perfume like pour moi un peu homage.
Homage.
Or a motif. It's a motif.
It's a motif.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a nod to motif.
It's not a fromage.
No,
it's not a homage.
I've got it down to
it's just a nod.
I've just got it down to a nod. A doff of the hat.
It's a nod.
Because I know that I've seen Lemmy get on stage with Lars, and apparently when he was younger, he just followed Motorhead everywhere. Went to all their gigs, followed them around, and then I saw one bit where they were getting together and they were going to have a drink, and Lemmy came along, and Metallica there goes, and he goes, "You want a drink?" And he goes, "Yeah." So Lemmy gets a bottle of Jack Daniels and he opens one up like that, and then he gives one gives one bottle, right, to each member of Metallica, and they thought they were going to get one drink, and they got a bottle each, and he's just brilliant.
Fantastic. Excellent. That's rock excess. That's how it should be. That's the one thing, that show, I mean, I know we talk about charity show and people sitting in the front row. It's too clean. you know, you need a wooden stage with, you know, stacks of speakers and cables everywhere, and you
In
know,
my head whilst the band were playing. But as I was saying, they've matured and they've managed to keep the hard life going. It's now a business, and they've managed to keep on the road and not die, and keep all
always bonus.
and mature as a business. And I actually thought that the seats at the front typified everything they matured into, which was like.
Do you think that? Yeah, do you think they'll end up playing like the Walt Disney, you know, like Symphony Hall, or you know the you know, would they ever sort of mature to a level where they're like? Do you think, you know, in our, you know, dotage, we'll go to like a concert in one of these, you know, Sydney Opera House, or you know, one of those sort of places to see a recital by Metallica?
Too fucking right. And the the tickets are going to be starting at $3,000, and they're going to end up playing venues that they want to play. And guess who ended up doing that? And that was Gilmour.
Gilmour. Yeah. Well, he played. He was doing like Pompeii and stuff.
He
like that.
only plays venues that he wants to do. And I actually thought about this.
Cool.
I had a long think about this, and I thought, if I were to go on tour, how would I do it? And I would go by boat. So I would play, you know, I would play like San Sebastian, and then I would go and play Nice. I'll go and play Venice. So I could have my luxury boat, right? And then the crew can move ahead, and I could go around, and I'd go and play Athens, and I could go, and I don't have any hotels, and then I float to the next gig.
What about your poor road crew? What are they going to do?
Well, they're in a truck.
living in a bus.
Yeah, they're living,
waiting for you to swan in your yacht with your gin and tonic. It'd be like,
I've actually looked at a map.
Captain Alex.
I've actually looked at a map and plotted my tour out.
You could just set up your kit on the back of the poop deck, and then just back it into the harbour. They lay out a load of seats. You play your show, and then just steam out.
Well, the
again,
way that bands now, because it used to be that you did a 28-week tour, and it was a set tour, and you used to start at Rhode Island, which was the first one to warm up, and then you had a set route all the way through, 28 weeks. Now, the big bands, what they do is they rent a really big house in the center of the US, and then they fly in and out of that, right? So they go and do LA for 3 nights, and then they fly back to their house, and they all relax, and their family stay in the house, and then they fly somewhere else. And I thought, that's very nice, but it wouldn't it be better to just have unpack once on your boat, and then you just float around?
Which is great if you're doing Mediterranean cities.
I know, that's the flaw.
Not so good for Iowa, or Texas.
No, I'm talking about European tour and the Nordics, yeah.
The Nordics. Just mind the icebergs.
We're meant to be here talking about the songs. Anyway, Metallica, you do it again. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely adore that track, you know, and join me on my boat as we tour the Med.
Those would be the days.
All right.
Excellent. So we can't do Overkill again?
Yes, we can. Coming up soon, Overkill. Like and subscribe for the 3rd time. Tonight, it's Overkill.
Again, we should just have a week of Overkill.
Oh, yeah.
Every night. A curated week of different versions of Overkill. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. We could just do 5 Overkills.
Yeah. Do you know what we call it?
Overkill week?
No, just Overkill.
Oh. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
I know.
I get it now. Let's do it.
All right. Like and subscribe. We're coming back for more at a TV set near you. So see you soon.
If you want to see 5 versions of Overkill, let us know.
All right. Ciao.